Do you want to learn how to turn something that looks like this into something that's a lot more interesting and looks like this? Stay tuned. You're watching the Norfolk Southern Sherwood subdivision. I'm Harold, thanks for watching. We're continuing our series on improvements to our industrial area of Sherwood. And what we've done so far, we have a video about Smooth It, using Smooth It to put in the street. And we've painted it a simulated asphalt color. And while I was doing the Smooth It, I was not as careful as I could have been and contaminated a number of areas along the track here, so I've repainted the track. We're now ready to continue with some of the structures that will go in this area. We have now placed the structures that go here in their approximate location. We have the Waffle House kit that we built in a previous video that you can watch. This structure right here, the train station, is the well-known Pella Depot. You've seen that on a lot of layouts. It's a perfectly fine structure. Unfortunately, based on its location here, all the detail is on this side, which you can't see. So we've made up for a little of that by putting photos from the internet in here, and we're going to put some lighting in there to make it seem as though something is going on in here. So let's proceed to describe in more detail what's going to be done to these two structures and their surroundings. Let's have a look at our train station. It's a reasonable kit. I know I've not put the roof on, but I will. It fits right here. This is going to be a little loading area. The actual roadway sort of goes like this. But the train station has a couple of things that we could improve on. First of all, in the United States, we have something called the Americans with Disabilities Act. Essentially, it requires organizations of public accommodation, like our train station, to have handicapped access. Well, the Pella Depot was probably built, the real one, was probably built before that law was passed, so you can see here and on the other side likewise, we have no way for handicapped people to enter the station. So we're going to have to resolve that. Furthermore, the platform itself is not very big. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the platform in two directions, down here and down here towards our Waffle House, which will have a little sidewalk around it so people can get in the door, and a convenient connection so that somebody waiting at the train station can just walk down to the end of the platform and have something to eat. So that's the overall plan. We're going to have parking here, some parking here, and we're going to put stripes on the road eventually so people know where to go. So let's see how we can proceed to implement some parts of that plan. One of the deficiencies, of course, was the lack of handicapped access to the platform and the ticket office, which is around the back from this point of view. So what we've done, this is the simple part, we've constructed a little ramp out of styrene, which will go right there. And painted it so it is supposed to look like concrete. Concrete has many colors, so that's probably one of them. And we're going to be able to have our customers park in the unloading area, and they can go right up the ramp to the platform and to the waiting area, which is right here, or the ticket office, which is in the back. We've done the identical thing on the other side. So that has addressed our need for handicapped access. Next things we will be talking about is building parking lots on both sides, we saw that earlier, and connecting the train station to the Waffle House. The next step in our passenger station expansion is to build out this area here, which will be a parking lot and an extension of our platform. To do the parking lot, which is an irregular shape, fabricated this template of paper so that it fits right in there, shows us what we need to do. I used the template to cut out this piece of styrene, which fits right in there. It's not a perfect fit, but it's good enough. The styrene will be the surface of our parking lot. Additional structure will be built, it's about 7 inches here, to extend our platform, and this will probably be some sort of grassy area. So that's the plan going forward. We'll get to work on this and show you our progress in the next segment. We are nearly finished with our improvements to the west side of our station. We have the parking lot in place, we have our ramp for handicapped access, and we've fabricated an extension to the platform. These components are in a temporary position, they haven't been glued down. We have to take them outside and give them a little shot of Testors Dullcoat to dull down the finish. After we're done with that, we'll be ready to install all 3 of these components. Well, we've now reached the point where we can install all our components for the west parking lot. We've all been outside and had their little spray of Dullcoat. This is the area where they go, and that's the end of the area right there. And we're going to apply them and adhere them with this product, if I can be correct, DAP Dynaflex 230. So that should be good right there. And we'll insert our components. Okay. So that should be good. With our components in place, we would normally put a weight on, like that. But I do not want to scratch the surface with those weights, so I'm going to cover our components with this. What is it? It's a Silly Wink. It's a little foam sheet. Bought this at Hobby Lobby. Saw some other YouTube user using it as material for a roadway. I didn't use it for that, but it's good at protecting things. So we'll just take our weight. I'll put it on top of here. And that should be enough to hold it down. So at this point, we are, for the most part, done with the east parking lot and platform extension. While that was going on, we've also made some progress on our east parking lot. We fabricated it's just a plastic sheet that will form the parking lot itself. We are working on the platform extension. And, although it's got a lot of masking on it, that is the base for our Waffle House. There are some things that still need to be done. This needs another coat of paint, and apparently I need to wash it off. This needs a styrene piece right here that looks like concrete. And this has only had one painting of the sidewalk, so we're going to have to do that. When we completed all that and have done the appropriate dull coating, this side too will be ready. We have now completed all the work on the parking lots and the structures, and we put them all into place. We have here the station with its extended platform. We added some lighting to the platform. This is our parking lot. To the east, we have done the same. Adding a parking lot and the platform extension. We're going to have a light here. It's missing because it's on order. And finally, we have our Waffle House in place. Now all these structures have lighting in them, and I'm a user of the Woodland Scenics Just Plug lighting system, which is supposed to be a plug-and-play system. Well, the plug part is a little more than simple. I'm going to have to crawl under the layout and connect all the lights for all these things. I'm sure you don't want to see that. And quite honestly, I don't want to do that, but that will complete the work with the exception of the surrounding scenery. After we've done all the electrical work, we'll turn on all the lights and see what that looks like. So please stay tuned. With all the lighting connected, this is our daytime view. And you can see inside the building to where there's some activity going on. This is our nighttime view, which is of course a little more dramatic with the lights off. That's it for this part of our project. We have now inserted the two structures in place, we've modernized the station, and we've added the Waffle House. We'll do some scenery around this area and put in stripes for the parking lot, but fundamentally this is done. Upcoming videos will focus on Chubb Industries, which is an organization that maintains rail cars. And we'll see what we're going to do with Chubb Industries, so hope you'll stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, thanks for watching the Norfolk Southern Sherwood Subdivision.